welcome back. I hope you are all doing really well. I hope you're having a great day. If you've just had half term, I hope that that was nice and relaxing and you enjoyed spending some time with your kids. Today I am resetting my sinking funds and my long-term savings pots. Because up until this point, I have been keeping everything in one account with my main bank. And what I want to do is to switch most of it over to my Monzo account. The reason being that previously my bank gave me a really good interest rate. And actually I still do have a savings account that is, I think it's 5.5% interest. But I'm limited in the amount that I can put in that every month. So where the bulk of my sinking funds are, that account has like a 1% interest. I think it's 1%. It may even be less than that. I don't know. I really need to check. But I know with Monzo, I opened a Monzo account years ago and then I stopped using it and I just logged back into the account. And their sinking pots are 3%. So I figured, let's have a whole reset of the sinking funds and the savings that I'm doing so that I can start 2026 with a plan in place. I know what I'm working towards. A lot of the goals I don't expect to hit in 2026 because one of them in particular is huge. No, do you know what? I shouldn't say that, should I? We're manifesting it. We're putting it out there. We'll see. Maybe I'll get a lottery win and we'll hit the targets. But at the very least, I can start working towards them. The lighting may go funny. The sun keeps coming out and then it goes super cloudy. So hopefully, I mean, it is going to affect things. I can see that it is. But we're going to have to do what we can do today. And also, it's so cold. It's gone really cold. So I've got my little hot water bottle that you can't see, but it's under my jumper, just in case you were wondering. So when I'm thinking about 2026, then I have picked out the most important funds that I really want to be working on. So I have 10 that are going to be my priority for 2026. So the first pot that I'm going to set up then is for Christmas, and I'm going to set myself a target of £800. That should be enough to cover presents and any little decorations that we might buy, the big extra bits of food, because obviously I will still have my normal food budget to spend, but you know, like the big bits that you buy extra. So the second pot that I'm going to set up is for birthdays, and that is going to be kind of a collective, all the birthdays that I have to buy for throughout the year. So I'm not really going to set myself a target for that. I know roughly how much I spend on the kids, and then picking up kind of presents for family and friends throughout the year. So it's going to be a rolling fund. So I'm not going to give myself a target rather, for that one. The next pot I'm going to set up is for clothes, and I'm going to set a target of £250 for that pot. I really don't buy clothes all that often. It's mainly picking stuff up for the kids, and I have fell in love with Vinted. I think you can pick up some real bargains on there, which actually I need a new winter coat because about a month ago I had a bit of a impulsive, I'm going to throw everything away kind of moment. Not throw it away, but put it in a charity bag. And so my winter coat went in the charity bag, and then now it's getting cooler. I've just realised that it's the only coat that I own with a hood, or owned with a hood. So yeah, didn't really think that one through, but now I need to buy myself a new one. But last year I managed to get my daughter a brand new coat from Vinted, and it was a Zara coat, really nice, thick puffer style jacket, was still in the shops, brand new with tags, for £35, and I think the tag said it was like 60 or 65. So I'm definitely going to do that for myself. Clothes for me always seems to be that area that I don't really think about, and then I end up picking bits up kind of out of my monthly budget. So I would just rather for next year just be a little bit more organised. The next pot I'm going to set up is going to be a fun pot. Again, what I've been doing so far is having kind of a miscellaneous category in my monthly budget that stuff comes out of. But I have found that I definitely overuse that category. So I figured if I can set up a specific fund for fun, so if we want to go out for the day or go to the cinema or whatever that might be, then this is the pot that we will use for that. And I'm going to set a target of £300 for that. Again, it will be one where I'll use some, I'll top it back up, use some, top it back up. So the targets that I'm setting are not really set in stone. It's just a rough guide, and then we can analyze and adjust as we go on. So now let's move on to the kind of bigger, longer term saving funds that I'm going to be prioritizing. Now the first one, of course, is the emergency fund. I have a target of £2,000 in that. I am almost at that, which is great. We don't need any emergencies. We just want that to sit there looking oh so pretty and hopefully not have to use it. But it is nice knowing that it is there if something comes up. The next one is the 1 month ahead fund. I am doing a challenge for that one with my monthly budget as well. This is about having enough money set aside that all of my bills are paid or could be paid 1 month in advance, so that if for whatever reason I found myself without income for a month, I would, have a bit of breathing space. Obviously, once I get that, then the goal will be to extend it to 3 months and then 6 months. For right now, to pay all of the bills, for food, for everything, this is not about cutting back on anything or just having a bare bones budget. This is to stay at the level that we're at right now. I would need £1,800 in order to get 1 month ahead. So next year I will have a daughter in university and a son doing A-levels. I want to combine the two, so this fund will be the uni/school fund. This fund will cover all of those kind of books, stationery, trips and things like that for school. But I know when my daughter starts uni, she's going to need a ton of stuff if she moves, away from home, if she chooses to go to university, which we are going to look at some that will mean that she will live away from home. She's going to need a lot of stuff to get her set up. Now, she's amazing. She works, she pays for a lot of her own stuff, she budgets her money really well. So I just want to be able to help her as much as I can. I know that when she goes to uni, she'll get a job, she'll be buying her own stuff. I mean, it's unlikely that I would be able to, even if I wanted to, I wouldn't be able to afford to pay for her entire existence at uni. But I definitely want to be able to help her and make things easier, because like I say, she is a good kid and she works and she's responsible and she's sensible, and I just wanted to have the best time, and I know what it's like worrying about money, and I wouldn't ever wish that on her. And then 2 years after that, my son will be in the same position, so he's going to need all of this stuff to get him started at uni to begin with, and then I want to be able to help him as well. So, and I just want to be able to, like if they ring and say, Mum, I've not got much money, I don't have much food in, just to be able to go, okay, I will order you some stuff, I'll get it sent down to you, or let me send you some money, go and get something. That would make me feel better about them living away from home. So I'm going to set myself a target for that one of £1,000. Again, I don't expect to hit all of these targets in 2026. But as long as I've got something to work towards and I can start to see that progress, I will feel better about that. Now the next one is for a holiday. Move the camera slightly because this lighting is awful. So yeah, so we didn't have enough to go well, I had enough to go on a holiday closer to home, or somewhere in the UK, but I really want to go long haul. It's been a while since I've done a long haul. The last place that we went to was long haul was Aruba, which was just beautiful. Yeah, so we're going to continue working towards that one. The next one is a new car. I need to get a new car, and I'm kind of, you know, when you get paralyzed with making decisions, that's kind of where I'm at right now with that. Because the logical side of me says, just buy a cheap car, pay for it outright, and, you know, don't have any monthly expenses unless something goes wrong. But then the other side of me is so tempted to get a newer car and have a monthly payment and just get to drive something that is brand new and reliable, that I'm not going to have to worry about an MOT, or, you know, is it going to pass, or is this going to go wrong, and just have that peace of mind, whether that would be worth it. I mean, I'm not looking at driving a Range Rover or some, you know, fancy big car. It only needs to be a small run around. I'm just paralyzed right now in the decision-making process. I don't really know what to do. And so when I'm like this, like, nothing gets done, nothing gets decided. But getting a car fund set up, whether that will make me make a decision quicker, I don't know. Probably not. But we'll see. I've never had a brand new car. Like, all the cars I've had are, you know, the ones where you get inside and in the winter and the windows are all steamed up and it takes forever to defrost, and when there's condensation inside the car, it takes forever for it to go. I just think, wouldn't it be lovely to have a new car? And then I think, oh yeah, but there's so many other things you could put that money towards, and I don't know. This is the times when I wish that someone would just come in and make a decision for me. Ah well. And then the next one, the biggie, is for a house deposit. That is absolutely going to be my priority in 2026. I am so ready to move. We moved into this house when I was going through a divorce, like over a decade ago. And I will always be grateful for this house, because it's provided myself and the kids a safe haven. It's been our space, our home. You know, this is the place that when the kids are older and they talk about their childhood home, this is what they'll be talking about. But I definitely feel, and have felt for the last couple of years for sure, that we've outgrown it. So the kids and I for a really long time have been talking about moving out of this area, definitely. And I don't know, just recently I feel like the pull has been getting stronger and stronger. But in order to do that, that would require a huge amount of money, because it would not make sense for us to move somewhere and to rent somewhere else, because we would never get somewhere that was this price anywhere else. It would cost an absolute fortune. So if and when we move, I want it to be into a home that we own or I've got a mortgage for. So that's going to require a substantial amount of money. And I've been saying this for a while, and I've been putting like bits and bobs into, you know, the house fund that I already have. But I haven't really been taking it very seriously. And so that's what we're doing in 2026. Really taking tangible steps to be able to become a homeowner. Yeah. Just at the very least to move us into the area that I would like us to be in. At the area where, you know, as the kids are becoming adults, that there are far more opportunities for them than what there are here. Even just things like a decent nightlife, you know, for them, because here you used to be able to go on a decent night out when I was younger, and now you kind of just try not to get stabbed and dodging people off their faces on drugs. You know, it's just not the environment that I want the kids to be in. I want them to have the most incredible opportunities, and if we can make that happen, then that's what we're going to do. That is the goal for that. Whether it is the area that we want to go to has quite a lot of shared ownership properties being built, so whether it's a case of looking into one of those just to get us into the area that I would like us to live in, and then you know, building up from there, or being able to buy, it'd probably be somewhere that's pretty run down, which honestly is my dream. I love doing stuff like that, and then renovating it as we go along, or somehow coming into a huge sum of money and buying the dream house. I would take any of those right now, but I'll keep you guys informed with that as we go along. During the year we'll have kind of check-ins to see how I'm getting on with that. Please, if you are a single woman and you have bought a house, please tell me the story of how you achieved that. I find that kind of stuff so motivating. I love watching YouTube videos of single people that have bought their own homes and then watching them renovate it and love it, because like, I just love it. I love cheering people on when they achieve things like that, because it is a big achievement, isn't it, buying a house. I'm going to put my referral link to Monzo in the description box if you want to set up a Monzo account. If you've never had one before, use the link, and when you spend on your card for the first time, you get £10 and I also get £10. So it's a win-win for both of us. I think you can only use it like, I think it's like 10 times in a month or something. So if the link is not there, that means that 10 people have signed up for this month. Thank you so much again for joining me today, guys. If you haven't already, consider hitting the subscribe button. Give this video a like, drop me a comment. It all really does help with the YouTube algorithm, and I so appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you next time.